Well, if there is one issue that the world needs India to be setting the pace on, it is climate. The IPCC has given us its starkest report yet. The rate of temperature rise in the last half century is the highest in 2,000 years. Concentrations of carbon dioxide are at their highest concentrations in at least 2 million years. And as the UN Secretary General told us very recently, the climate time bomb is ticking. But the good news is we know how to defuse it. And our next guest is one of the most sought-after voices, ministers on the world stage, given India's place in addressing the challenges raised by climate change. I'd like the room, I love the lively debate that's taken place in the room. I'd like you to settle down as you give a very, very warm IGF welcome to the Union Cabinet Minister, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and the Minister of Labour Employment for the Government of India. Please do welcome Honourable Minister Bhupender Yadav. Honourable Minister, welcome. How are you today?
Hi.
Very nice to see you. In fact, I'm delighted to see you in person because I had the honor of speaking to you in Dubai, but you were on a screen. Yes. And I was there, so it's great to see that you're three-dimensional as well as.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. So, you know, I'd love to start with that IPCC report. We had such a stark warning the other day. There isn't any debate about what we have to do. We know what we have to do. Quickly reduce and eliminate greenhouse gases, and India is such a critical part of that. So I'd love you to talk me through India's strategy to combat climate change.
Recently, IPCC report also shows that we are in the danger line. And India is the country, and amongst the few countries, those who committed their NDCs in 2015 in Paris, and they achieved it 9 years before. Even 2015, we declared in our NDC that we achieved the target of the renewable energy of 165 gigawatt. We achieved in 2021 also. And that's the reason we are amongst the 59 countries, those submitted their enhanced NDCs in Sharm el-Sheikh also. So first, what India declared its NDC, India already achieved it, and India already submitted its enhanced NDCs. Second, we also fixed our target of net zero 2070. India is among the few countries, those submitted their low energy carbon roadmap of 2070. Third, we are the part of some climate action program also, like International Solar Alliance. Apart from that, the Coalition for Disaster Resilience Infrastructure. We are also a partner with the Sweden, where the low carbon energy program, we have taken an initiative, especially for the industries. Those are working into hard to abate industry, like aluminum, steel sector, transport sector. So we are very on the path of climate action under the leadership of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi.
Interesting. So I'd love you to speak a little bit about some of the things that are happening here. And I know that solar is one of the big pushes here. Now, I was reading The Economist recently, which was warning that India's strategy to combat climate change, and especially around solar installations, wasn't doing as well as the target. So by the end of 2022, India had installed a total of 63 gigawatts of solar power capacity, still an increase of 14 gigawatts over the year, but short of the government's 100 gigawatts target. So I'd love you to give me that as an example, what's happening.
No, we are on the very transparent policy. The present government is presented by the Government of India is completely a green budget. As a country, in the last budget, we floated the scheme of green bond, and this time in our budget we proposed the scheme of green credit also. Apart from that, India has also invested a huge money in the renewable sector. Government also invited a fair policy framework to invest in all these measures. And you see, we are amongst the countries, their capacity of the renewable is increasing much higher than compared to the other countries.
Okay, interesting. Now, I know that we spoke with the Honorable Minister Piyush Goyal last night about waste, that India is not a use and throw away culture. Despite that, I have in my travels around India seen a little bit of plastic waste, single-use plastic, and I'd love to explore this idea of the circular economy further in India. And I know that the LIFE initiative is part of that. Talk me through the inspiration behind India's LIFE industry and how you see it setting the pace on mindful consumption.
That's the reason our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji initiated a Mission Life program. Mission Life means mindful consumption rather than a mindless utilization. Reuse, recycle and reproduce in our ethos, and we are very much confined on the circular economy. As the Minister of Environment, we have already issued the guideline of the rubber use, the used oil, their regulations. Apart from that, we are also issue the guideline of the EPR guideline about the electronic waste. As per the single-use plastic is concerned, we legally banned this use of single-use plastic in the last year. We are taking a stringent action, those who are illegally use this single-use plastic, but we are very much committed for the sustainable earth. For that purpose, we are emphasizing in our policy also to promote the circular economy, and we are making so much policy program about that.
Interesting. So I wonder how India is addressing habitat loss and biodiversity as well as combating, balancing further industrialization. We heard from the minister this morning about the incredible infrastructure projects going on here. So tell me how you balance that with biodiversity.
We participated in the last Montreal COP also, where the worldwide target fixed in the Montreal COP. And we also supported the idea to reserve the 30% area of the world, sea areas as well as the land area, for the purpose of preserving of the biodiversity. We have an independent National Biodiversity Authority. We are also making a 240,000 biodiversity registered in every village where we are. We are also conserving our biodiversity area and core-rich area. That's the reason we are declaring 16 areas as a hot biodiversity spot. Apart from that, because the biodiversity conservation, it is necessary to maintain the ecological balance also. Under the Government of India's scheme, under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, we are running several projects like Project Tiger. Recently, this Project Tiger completed the 50 year. We are having a 53 tiger reserves area. We are also running the Project Elephant. We are having a 33 elephant reserve area. Apart from that, we are also having a Project Lion, and only the Asiatic lion that is in India. India also feels where there is a ecological wrong is there, we must establish the ecological harmony. That's the reason, first time in the world, we brought the cheetahs from Namibia and South Africa and translocated them in the Kuno National Park. So as per the biodiversity is concerned, we are very much committed to increase the tree cover also, and recently we are going to amend this biological diversity bill also, and we are very much committed to provide the access benefit right to the vulnerable communities, those who are living with the nature, and that's the reason India is very much committed the target which is fixed under the COP, under the biodiversity COP.
Interesting. Now, I know we've got a couple of questions from the floor. Can we get the mics to Karan Mullah and to Neeraj Markin? If you've got a mic, stand up, because I don't know where you are sitting. Got the mics? All right, I've got another question, so let's get those mics to Karan and to Neeraj. So I wonder if you can tell me, COP28 nearly 8 months away, what are India's focal points for the next COP? What does India want to achieve at that COP28?
As per the COP28 is concerned, What we have already achieved in the earlier COP, let us we move further for that. In last COP, COP 27, there was an agreement on the loss and damages. And I think this meeting for the loss and damages will be started soon. So what we decided in the loss and damages fund, I think we will go ahead, and we also want that more share to the developing countries must emphasize in that future negotiation also. Apart from loss and damages, it is a time.
Is there enough money coming into the loss and damages fund?
So
is there enough money coming into
that's
the loss
the reason.
and damages?
That's the reason we what decided in the last COP in Sharm el Sheikh. Let us the negotiation will be held, and the scheme will be made to provide the money and all the other things also. Apart from loss and damages, there was another issue which was not completed in the Sharm el Sheikh, new quantifiable goal. And it is a time that we will fix our new quantifiable goal also for the future prospective issues. Third thing, in Glasgow COP, there was a decision of the Article 6, but the rules and procedure of Article 6 is not to be finalized. We hope that internationally that will be also go there.
And remind us what Article 6 is.
Huh?
Just remind us what Article 6 is.
Mine, Article 6 is for the carbon credit market and all these things. That's the main thing. And the main thing is that the developed country has not fulfilled their earlier commitment to provide $100 billion fund as well as the technological transfer also. India feel that developed countries must fulfill their promises. And the other thing which we also promised in the last COP, to provide the early warning system to every humanity and every country. So we are committed for that. As per India's big role is concerned, we always says we are always to become a part of solution for this climate change debate rather than to become a part of problem.
Thank you very much. Right, let's get our question from the floor. Where is Karen? Karen Mola. You should have a mic. There, he's over here, so we need to get a mic over here, quickly, and with speed. Here we go.
Thank you. Minister, just quick question on the LIFE initiative and its impact on society. You mentioned a little bit about it, but perhaps if you could give us a little bit more into how the impact has been on society in general and the near-term targets for that'll be helpful.
Thank you. And while you answer, if you could get that mic to Neeraj.
Thank you very much. When there was a Paris Agreement, it was the part of Paris Agreement that we must give a respect to the civilizations or the values where the sustainable consumption is preferred, and we feel that this earth is a mother earth. Broadly, we say whatever we have taken from the earth as a useful thing, but whatever we again revert back to the earth as a garbage. That's the reason either as in terms of energy, the carbon is concerned or the other thing is concerned. And it's basically depend upon the mindless utilization of the things. Suppose India's population is 17%, but our carbon emission is 4%. The developed countries' population is also 17%, but their carbon emission is 60%. So where we will go? If every person utilize the resources in a mindless way, then this one earth is not sufficient for that. And this earth is not for this generation, it's for the future generation also. So the question is how we sustainably consume the things from the earth and our lifestyle also. That's the reason in the last COP also in Sharm el Sheikh, it was emphasized, let us we go on the sustainable lifestyle. Even in the last COP, which was on the biodiversity COP, it was also emphasized by the world also that we will go for the sustainable lifestyle. And sustainable lifestyle with our personal behavior, our societal change, our mindset, our policy. So we are also having the civic sense, we are also having the law sense, we must having the environmental sense also. Whatever we used from the as a resource of the earth is not only ourselves, it is not only for the human being, but all living being of this earth. That's the reason Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji initiated Mission Life. He gave a call to the global call of the ideas, how we how we utilize these resources of the earth in a sustainable manner. And I think this mission will popularize in the world also. It's got the support from the world leader also. So sustainable consumption with our behavior, with our lifestyle, with our policy is a mission life, and which is promoted by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi.
Interesting. Okay, and what about from Neeraj? Where's Neeraj? Here we go.
Hi.
You're on. Just
Yeah. Hi. Good afternoon, your Minister. Just wanted to ask one question. You know, India has given its targets for net zero, and there's obviously a plan behind it. So if you could throw a little bit of light, what are the plans and how we as international investors can help India achieve its net zero targets? You know, which areas where the international investors can look at investing and helping government drive its targets towards the net zero side?
thank you.
We have already started some big initiative in renewable sector, in hydrogen mission, in green bond, in green credit, in natural farming, in electronic vehicle, in energy sector. There are the area where we are making a fair and transparent policy. We have also declared our 2070 policy also that we have already submitted. You are invited. We are having a transparent system, fair system, and the system which is very much achievable for the targets.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Neeraj and for Karen for those thoughtful questions.